I learned that my mom is leaving everything to my golden child brother if she passes away, so I told her I'm tapping out of helping her. I am the eldest of divorced parents. My father is happily remarried with more kids, but my mother stayed single and relies on me and my younger brother to help her in her retirement village regularly. It's a flight in a rental car to get to her, so it's kind of a pain. What makes it worse is that my younger brother, who is single with no kids, will never go down when she needs something, only when it aligns with his schedule. So he'll go down during his summer vacation and then help with things like moving furniture or taking her car in to be serviced. However, if it's an emergency of any kind, it's all on me. I'm married with kids in school, have a decent career, and have a side gig, but all hell breaks loose if I don't go. Passive-aggressive texts, relatives nagging, etc. When I ask if anyone else could step in, the answer is always, "But you're the one she wants." How big a deal can this be? This woman is the most accident and illness-prone human you'll ever meet. And it's all for real. In the last few years, it's been a head-on car collision, cancer twice, another car accident, T-boned, and pneumonia. She wasn't like this growing up, just since retiring, so even staying the least amount of days, to the point of having to go back once when the caregiver I found flaked, I've burned through PTO, cashed in savings, and left the kids to have milestones without me. And usually, when I'm with her, she talks on and on about my golden brother. See how he hung that new picture when he was here? He's so handy. Annoying as hell, but I've had a lifetime to get used to it. Some months ago, I found out by accident that except for some small amounts for my kids, she's leaving everything to my brother. It will be a decent amount, $250,000 plus. I was so perplexed and admittedly hurt. She refused to talk to me about it, hung up on me and ignored texts, so I was stuck trying to figure out what I did to make her decide to do this. Eventually, one of her siblings told me that it was to ensure my brother could retire comfortably. He's always worked low-wage jobs. However, he has few expenses because he lives completely free with a wealthy relative with a large home, which he will also inherit. Recently, she had another accident and called me to help. I got the call from the hospital and then her rehab center because even though my brother is her medical POA, I'm always the name and number she gives out. When I didn't say I'd be coming, she sent texts complaining of how hard it is to not be able to drive or do many things and pushed for my travel plans. My love for her and care for her was never based on money. She's my mom, but I ended up telling her I couldn't come down. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I know she's in pain and struggling. I know that her siblings and friends are too old and too far to be much help. But in a moment of spite, I told her to get my brother to do it, and of course, she defended him and added that he couldn't, as a guy, help with some things. My spouse says I'm in the right that I've prioritized her needs all my life, and even if it's because of the will, it was past time for me to stop doing everything. But others, especially family, can't understand why I haven't gone down yet, and I end up feeling so disappointed in myself. Mom sends me woe is me texts about how she will manage without me even though everything's a struggle. Now she's sending texts about how she understands I'm too busy, and she'll call the youngest of her siblings, 67 years old, if she has to. So, Ada for leaving my injured mom on her own because she cut me out of her will? Small update. I texted my mom's youngest sibling and told her I was tapping out. I ranted a bit, a lot. She bought a plane ticket and is going down to help mom. She completely understood and was super supportive. She told me that mom has been having memory issues and is planning to move to assisted care. Okay, she said she's going to make that a priority when she's down to help. Technically she's my aunt, but I never knew her growing up. It was nice to feel like a family member had my back. I don't know if she told mom or shared my texts, but mom has been calling. I muted her. I don't know what happens next, but I think a good night's sleep is definitely first.